When God fucks you in the ass, hasadiga iboy.
I'd put that
Fuck
in the
him right
video.
back in the cunt, hasadiga iboy. Ding dong. Hello.
We can do the interview like that if you want. Alright, let's do it. Like a true professional. We need a clapperboard when you've got a hand. Alright.
That's what she said.
What? Hi, this is Jack Westman for ESCAnews.com here in Cologne, Germany for the ESL 1 CSGO Championship. Always hard to say ESEA and then ESL in the same sentence.
Oh, you have to consciously be like, oh wait.
It's a specific choice. Josh, first and foremost, you lived in Germany for a while, not far west of here, I seem to recall.
Oh, I wonder who told you that about 5 minutes ago.
See, I do my research prior to these interviews.
Yes, you do.
Good to be back.
Yeah, it's a lovely city, so I enjoyed it a lot.
I see. Well, do you enjoy Cobble a lot? Because you've played it twice already in 2 matches.
I hate Cobble.
Walk us through how you've managed to under 1 Cobble twice in a row.
The vetoes worked out in the way that we actually removed overpass. And so the veto process is higher seed gets to choose if they want to veto first or pass. If they veto first, they get side choice. If they pass, then they don't get the side choice, but they veto second. So we vetoed our map, they vetoed theirs. We vetoed our second map, they vetoed their second. It's down to 3 maps left. Randomly, 33% chance, it came to Cobble. Twice. Volvo rigged it.
So you're not pleased with the random selection of the map in that case?
No, I'm not really happy with the veto system at all. I mean, it's best of 1. It's group stage. These are very, very, very important games, and you can't leave it up to like chance. Like if a team beats you on a map that you've been practicing for months or years, then they just outplayed you. They beat you. They brought their skill. But if it's a map that's been released like a month ago, been introduced into the tournament a month ago, and we had 7 days max to practice it, whereas they've been able to practice other teams at this event for the last 4 or 5 weeks or however long ago it was announced. I mean, it's just inherently we're at a disadvantage. Same with C9, same with Wolf, same with Vox Eminor. We're all at disadvantages because no one in our regions play the map. So,
could you not argue it's almost a test of who the more professional team is? I mean, you put the time in those 7 days. You
can see it both ways in the sense that if you're better on a broad range of maps and it doesn't matter which map you play, then they must be the more skilled team overall.
Yeah.
But the same token, when you look at it that way, you're like some of the maps are laid out in a certain way. For example, some maps are larger, bigger range, ops are better. If you have a strong opping team, I mean, you're going to excel at those maps. If you're a heavy rifle team, you're going to like other maps instead, closer combat type of thing. So where you want to do it is you get a best of 3 going. You play an op heavy map, one team's going to win. You play a rifle heavy map, the other team's going to win, and you have a third map decider. And you know what? Sometimes teams that are rifle heavy can win on those op heavy maps. I mean, that's where it comes down to skill. You've practiced those maps. When you just throw it in and just say, hey, here's 2 new maps, it's like, well, I hope we don't get those. I mean, you're randomly picking it for your fate. It's a best of 1. You lose it, boom, done.
Right, but okay, so the random nature of the selection aside, and the fact that regardless of whether it's an AWP or a rifle map, do you think it's a competitive map? Do you think it's balanced?
No.
No?
No. No.
But I mean, your first game against Fnatic, you took 5 rounds on T. It was looking pretty even, 9-6 first half. The
thing with the map is this is the first event it's being played in, so there's no statistics on the map aside from matchmaking. Right. Those are the only statistics. But in matchmaking, how often do you queue up with 5 and run strats against another 5? You don't ever. So none of the stats are going to be the stats are skewed. As simple as that. So the only stats you can get are from the results of this event, which are going to be skewed as well because teams don't know how to play the maps yet. So we got 6 rounds without pistol on our T side, and then our CT side we crumbled. We didn't know what to do. The thing is, you don't know what you're doing until you play the map enough. You don't know the meta You don't know, are you supposed to use 1 op, 2 ops, 3 ops? What are you supposed to do?
Yep.
Are you supposed to hold this area or that area? Or do you forfeit control of that area altogether? You don't know it until you play it over and over again through, online play, tournaments, online leagues.
Yeah.
But to just throw it into the actual event, what's anyone going to learn from that? We know it's CT sided. That's all we know. We don't know anything else about it. We don't know about timings. We don't know about certain angles. Like, there's a million hiding spots for the CTs on every map. You can push up, get a kill, fall back, and there's 1,000,001 hiding spots you can take.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's very difficult to just be like, yeah, this is a balanced map. Let's play it competitively.
Right. Well, talking about your first outing on the map against Fnatic, you got off to a strong start. You were 5-2 up on Terrorist side.
Yeah.
And then Fnatic came back, ended up winning the half 9-6.
Yeah. Was it that bad?
Yeah.
I thought it was 5-5 at one point.
Yeah, you were winning 5-2, and they came back to 9-6.
Oh,
right?
that is awful.
Yeah. So I spoke to Devil Walk.
Yeah.
He says he thought Fnatic just gained momentum. It was all them. They came back.
Yeah, they did get momentum.
You agree with that?
Yeah, because on that map you want to like build your economy on CT side. You want to make sure that you have smokes, so you smoke the choke points. You have ops, you pick them off long range. If you lose that, then you need to like do an extra save so you can afford those weapons. And if you don't do that extra save, we did a broken by one of the rounds, and we had like a scout, we had like 3 people with pistols and 1 person with a rifle, and it's like, what the are we doing? And we kind of shot ourselves in the foot in that respect, because we didn't build our economy up, and then we lost the following round, and right there it's like, okay, well, now we have to eco and do it from scratch, and we just threw away 2 rounds right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why are you doing that when you're in the lead or when you're on CT side? So
on the first half of that map as well, Skadoodle didn't up and ended up with like 2 kills or something in the first half. Was that a conscious choice or a result of your broken buys that you mentioned?
It could have been a result of our broken buys. I know that he did seem a bit stressed before the game.
Right.
So maybe he just wasn't feeling the op. Honestly, it just came down to our T side. We didn't have like a clear. We don't have any clear like goals on it. The map's too new. Like, no teams. We just went reactionary.
Yeah.
Purely reactionary. We saw we could get a foot in the door at this location. We took it, and we won the round that way. And then after a while, Fnatic kind of caught on and stopped us.
Yep.
So when we play the map again tomorrow, because I mean we all know that there's a 100% chance of us playing the map in the groups, we'll have to re-examine how we're gonna approach the map on T side now.
Then you went to the second map on Dusty. You were talking earlier about you didn't understand the meta game, whether you should have 1 up, 2 ups, 3 ups.
Yeah.
In the second map, you did pick up 2 ups. Swag had an up, and
Skadoodle had an up, and then I was auto sniping from time to time. Yeah.
Was that again?
We built our money. Yeah, that was intentional, completely intentional. We built our money, and then once you have like loads of money, you just sit back. They have to come through like 2 choke points. Like A-Hall's middle, I guess, is a big choke point, but it's like Death Alley.
Yeah.
And then B, like people have to come B. And then you put like 2 people at drop zone, and then you just shoot them coming through a hole, like flying through the air. So it's like, all right, we got money, let's just smoke them off, nade them, and just pick them off from long range. That's exactly what we did.
What do you think if you had to kind of, because I was speaking to Dazed, and he said you didn't feel you had an offensive identity as a team. Do you agree with that? What do you feel your identity
as
is?
a team on Cobble specifically, or in general?
All maps. He felt that. Well, we were talking about your the video blog you made in London, and how you said that you didn't feel you'd practiced effectively during the first few days of the boot camp because you just kind of overhauled the whole time. And as a result, Dave's saying he didn't feel you had an identity as a team. So I guess it's across all maps. Do you think that's the case? Because I think people would think you do.
So we had a certain play style, and it worked in North America, and we played really well at SoCal. We played really well at ESL and ESWC qualifier. But then after that, it's like, okay, it's working really well against these specific teams. Yeah. But what we noticed when we were playing against VP at ESL is on Inferno was that sometimes our tactics where we have like throw a bunch of smokes, it's not working. They were really good at playing the passive setup and crushing us. So we had to go back to the drawing board a little bit and just be like, okay, how do we remove ourselves from doing this too much? So we started going about it a different direction. And then after, time tweaking here and there, it's like, okay, we used to have this one style of playing, and now it's like completely different. So it's, you know, maybe it's more loose, our style now. We can react better to the opposition. So if they're, you know, holding their smokes until 50 seconds and smoking off choke points and making sure we can't push through it, which happened to us against Infused and the end of Epsilon at G3.
Yeah.
Like, that was really messing with us. Like, we were unable to execute. We couldn't close out the game. And so we need to move to a more loose play style. And I think somewhere in the middle of that, we kind of lost our identity, and we're trying to still build a new one.
Something that has remained consistent despite this perceived lack of identity is the fact that you guys always seem to execute so late in a round. At least I've noticed. I think I heard Anders and Semler talking about it. There's a couple of, well, I noticed the ESEA, Gfinity here. You tend to plant the bomb sometimes with like 3 seconds to go. Is that intentional or just a result of...
It's not always intentional. Sometimes we're doing it just because, like, that's how the round played out.
Yeah.
We tried to go somewhere quicker, but we were delayed. A lot of the time, like when we were playing Fnatic, for example, they chain smoke to B entrance. So if we wanted to go B and they're smoking us off, that's a minute worth of smokes.
Yeah.
So you're pushing out very late in the round. Other times it's like, okay, well, we're set up to do this. Oh, we just got a kill here. I'm taking this site. Can you rotate back? And we're rotating back because we know, we got that site now.
Yeah.
Why risk battle here when we can just go there safely? So we'll rotate back. Maybe it's that we want to throw a fake somewhere, but the fake won't actually do anything until the smoke's gone, so we have to wait for that smoke to clear, and then the teammates at the other side of the map get smoked out, so it's like, okay, well, we can't execute through it, so delay your fake a little bit longer. And it just comes down to it, not out of choice, but just because the way that our opponent's reacting towards us.
Right. Your boot camp that you did in London,
Yeah.
For what, 6 days?
We were there, I guess Wednesday was our first day, and Wednesday was the last day, so 7 days.
7 days, okay, the full week. This is basic arithmetic, right?
Yeah, but
Wednesday
we played the Wednesday, so it was 8 days.
Okay, 8 days. Do you think, well, how much did that help? And are you playing better here so far than you did in London?
I think it helped in a sense that we fixed some issues that we had. So that being at Gfinity, for example, we lost a lot of anti-eco rounds against whatever teams. We made the same mistake against Copenhagen Wolves in the Cash King of the Hill, not Hell. Yep. And so we had to figure out a way. Okay, we identified the enemies on eco. Let's not lose. So I think we fixed that really well. So we fixed some aspects of our game, and we changed other aspects, and we've yet to see how that change actually affects us when it comes down to the real games.
Right, you mean tournament?
Tournament
you
play.
had a lot of practice scrims, right?
We had a lot. Yeah, we had a lot of games, but like we'd play a lot, and then we'd be like, okay, this is what we need to fix. This is what we need to fix. This is what we need to fix. We change things. We go back into the games. It works. We're like, oh, nice. We just made it work. We play another team. We get smashed.
Back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board. So we'd go back to the drawing board. We'd change it again. We'd play some teams. We'd smash. We'd play more teams. We'd get smashed. Back to the drawing board. So we went back to the drawing board like 4 times. Like Nip sent us back twice. Diggs sent us back, and I think Titan sent us back.
Right.
So
time well used.
God damn it, dude.
I didn't want to bring it up,
Yeah.
Seeing as we were going down
Yeah,
the
no,
road.
we've gone back to the drawing board a few times.
Right. What are you, speaking of going back to the drawing board,
Yeah.
You're either going to have VP or Fnatic tomorrow.
Yeah.
In the kind of, I guess it's called the lower final of
Yeah,
the
it's
group bracket.
like, yeah.
It's a really weird format, isn't it?
Losers final or some
Yeah, of the group.
Yeah.
Of those two teams, well, going back to the drawing board, is that what you're going to do tonight? What are you going to talk about? You mentioned before the interview that you were expecting to play Fnatic again.
Yeah,
right?
I'd imagine VP beats Fnatic, and then we'd play Fnatic again tomorrow. Realistically, I'm hoping that we don't get Cobble again, Valve. And if we get them on another map that we are comfortable on, I think we'll be able to beat them no problem. Like, they play a style that you just know exactly what they're doing on every map, but Cobble, because Cobble's new and we don't have a clue.
I feel.
But if it's on another map, one that they don't veto and it's not Cobble, I think it could be our game for sure. Okay. So I'm hoping we play Fnatic not only as like kind of vengeance for today, but I think it would be the easier matchup of the two, like VP versus Fnatic. I'd take Fnatic like 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I think most teams here would, right?
Yeah.
I'm aware that it's cold out here and
it's cold outside. There's no kind of atmosphere. I'm all alone.
Do you want to take it away?
Oh no, I was just singing the Red Dwarf theme song. Red Dwarf, great English
that is a great
comedy
reference,
from 80s.
No,
90s?
late 90s.
Late 90s.
Mid 90s, I think.
Mr. Sir.
Yeah, I don't know. You could be right. So, last question or two.
Yeah.
Swag arrived today.
He arrived.
Gfinity, we couldn't really work out what was going on with him. Today he was getting like 3-man rounds, 4-man rounds.
Yeah, he was playing lights out today.
How important is that to your performance?
I mean, it's very good, but like at the same token, you're putting him on with an op, and he's just going. He's got really good game sense, and he's got really good aim. So when you put us on a map that we're not too comfortable with, I approach it like more strategically, more like, all right, I'm taking this now slowly. He's kind of just like, yeah, I'm just going to run around and kill them. So, I mean, it worked out for him. It worked out really well. I think he caught the enemy teams off guard a lot. He got the better of them in the gun battles, and it worked out really well. And that was very important for us as a team because it picked us up momentum, especially against that team where he was like 22-3 at the end of the half with a 12-3 scoreline. So having that is very important. You get your confidence back up. He gets his individual confidence up, and we start playing better all around because it's like, nice. No, not just because he got the kill, not just because we won the round, but we're still in this tournament, God damn it.
Well, it's all about putting the crosshair on the guy's head and with your right hand, obviously. You remember this conversation, Gfinity? Crosshair on the head, click the trigger a few times. I'm sure you're familiar with Counter-Strike, right? Josh, I will let you go back inside.
Okay.
I can see the rage building. Did you want to run through shout-outs?
Rage? Never. Yeah, shout-outs to these guys. iBUYPOWER, Azrock, A-Data. Ooh, the blue shirt. It's flipped. I think A-Data is on top. Intel, Western Digital, and Sennheiser. And, of course, all of our fans that supported us and lost skins and us and everything like that.
Yeah. Do you feel the American love from back home? North America, sorry, Canadian.
Yeah.
The
well, thank you for remembering.
That's the second time I've done that today.
Yeah, I mean, there's a large group of people that are backing us up. I mean, ESCA forums and stuff especially. So, I mean, shout out to all the fans and everyone who's tweeting. And sorry if I let you down the dream team. Swag says, if you got him on your dream team, you're welcome. He didn't say that, but I'm saying it for him.
Nice.
And yeah, follow us on Twitter and stuff. And
are you getting heckled by the fans? I know a lot of players are like signing shirts.
I'm not getting heckled at all. Everyone's
heckled in a good way.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah. Everyone wants to get your autograph. Everyone wants you to sign like a cue card or their mouse pad or get a picture with you. So it's like, okay.
Pretty.
Sometimes it's like kind of distracting where you're on your way to talk with your team about what map you're about to play and how you're going to go about it.
Yeah.
Or you're on your way back from that and you're trying to get to your computer so you can play the match. But other than that, it's like, okay, if I'm just, chilling around, walking around, I don't mind.
Treat me like a celebrity. Peasants.
You plebs.
Walking over them.
Chest out, chin high.
Yeah. Like everybody walks.
Yeah.
Josh, thank you very much. It's freezing out here. I'm dying.
Yeah, you're hella cold, man.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. And I'm from the north of England as well. I should be used to this. But
the King of the North. The King of the North.
Is this another Red Dwarf monologue?
No, this is Game of Thrones.
Oh, see, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I know. Literally everybody's like that. I know. All right. I'm going to get into it eventually. Anyway.
Should I spoil it?
I've seen Red Wedding. Everybody told me to watch Red Wedding.
You watched the Red Wedding, but you didn't watch anything else.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of I didn't mind the spoiler because it was just gore, right? It's just you watch the one scene, everybody's talking about it.
Shh, don't spoil it for the people that haven't seen it.
Okay.
This guy. No respect.
I will watch it and I'll let you know my thoughts on it. How about that?
I want you to watch all 3 seasons right after ESL 1. 3 seasons for whatever.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Super fan here. Doesn't know how many seasons there are. Anyway, let's go back inside. Let's get
at Josh Nissan.
For everybody at esca.net and escanews.com, follow Josh Nissan on Twitter and stay tuned to those two websites for full coverage of ESL 1 throughout the weekend.